Okay, so hey, what's up guys? This is your friend Captain Yara back with another smartphone overview, and this time around we are talking about the Honor 70 series. There are three major smartphones in this series: Honor 70, Honor 70 Pro, and the Honor 70 Pro Plus. You are watching Kiaras and Yaras, so without any further ado, let's quickly get started. Let's start off with the Honor 70, the one of the base guy of this series. You're going to get is a OLED 120Hz 6.67 inches of display. Talking about the operating system, then you're going to get is the Android 12 with the Magic UI 6.1, and you won't be getting any type of Google Play services on this device. Talking about the processor, then you're going to get is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 778G plus 5G processor. It's a 6nm based processor, and if I have to talk about the GPU, then you're going to get is the Adreno 642L. Talking about the battery, then you're going to get is a 4800 mAh with a polyethylene battery. Inside the box, you're going to get is a 68 watt power adapter, and you're also going to get is a 5 watt of wired reverse charging. About the colors, then you're going to get is the four varieties of color, which is black, blue, silver, and grey. And if I have to talk about the fingerprint scanner, then it is an under display fingerprint scanner. Type C 2.2 is there, and this guy is not having headphone jack. Now let's talk about the camera setup. We are going to get is a triple camera setup: 54 megapixel plus 15 megapixel plus 2 megapixel. 54 megapixel, it's a wide sensor f1.9 aperture. 15 megapixel, it's an ultra wide sensor, and it is f2.2 aperture. 2 megapixel sensor is a tap sensor f2.4 aperture. And if I have to talk about the video recording, 4K 30 fps, 1080p 60 fps. The camera for the front side, then you are going to get is a single camera setup with it a punch hole camera, 32 megapixel f2.5 aperture, wide sensor, 1080p 30 fps. Now let's talk about the Pro guy. And if I have to talk about the upgrades, there is a processor which has been upgraded. And if I do have to say so, it is Dimensity 8000. It's a 5nm based processor, 5G. And if I have to talk about the GPU, Mali G610. The second upgrade there is in the battery. You're going to get is the 4500 mAh with the polyethylene battery. Inside the box, you are going to get is a 100 watt power adapter. Let's talk about the third upgrade. It is in the camera. Instead of 2 megapixel depth sensor, you're going to get is the 8 megapixel telephoto sensor, which is also having OIS, optical image stabilization. And if I have to talk about the aperture, it is f2.4. Same video recording, and there is another upgrade in the camera sector only, which is for the front camera. Instead of the wide lens and instead of the 32, you are going to get is a 50 megapixel sensor, which is a ultra wide sensor, and also you are going to get is a 4K 30 fps for the front side. Now let's talk about the Pro Plus guy. Kind of say Pro Plus guy is only having one major upgrade, which I kind of say is in the processor, Dimensity 9000, and everything else is the same display, 6.7 inches, 120Hz there, same battery, 100 watt inside the box, and same camera setup. So yeah, it is only having Dimensity 9000. It's a 4nm based processor, it's a 5G processor, and if I have to talk about the GPU, it is Mali G710. I do have to say so about the storage version. Then you're going to get is the 3, and only kind of say 3, and the Pro Plus guy is not having conversion, and 3 are 8 to 56, 12 to 56, and 12512. 12512 is not available for the Pro Plus guy. So now let's talk about this series, Honor 70 series. There are three major smartphones which I talked about each and every specifications and that all stuff. And if I have to talk about the smartphones, Honor 70, the base guy which I told you, It is a perfect smartphone to get yourself, and because it is having a good processor, and the processor has been upgraded and it is having a boost as per the last processor 778G only, and this is the plus version of it. It is also a 5G, so it is a future proof if you don't have a 5G, and it is also having 120Hz with the OLED, which is all again really nice. Also on the top of it, the camera setup is really nice. If you don't want to go into a telephoto and that all stuff, then you can definitely grab it, because 54 plus 15 megapixel is a really nice selecting option, and even though it looks really nice in the design also. Now let's talk about the Pro guy. Pro guy was even getting better in the processor sector and each and everything, and it was Pro than that 7G, and I kind of say it is really nice again from the Pro, from the base guy to Pro guy, so it is really nice. And if I have to talk about the Pro Plus guy, it is kind of confusing that they have taken the same everything except the processor, and same phone it looks like, and even the battery and each everything is same. Then why Pro Plus guy? It's kind of confusing and it creates a lot of questions for me. But yeah, even though also on the top of it, this smartphone don't have a Google Play service, and I don't know if they are going to come in global market or not. But I want to talk about the smartphones. That's why I'm talking to you. Now let's talk about some of the things which I don't like about the smartphones. Personally speaking, headphone jack, and kind of say it is kind of a gone from your minds also, because headphone jack is no rarely available on this type of flagship based smartphone. But if I have to talk about the Honor 70 only, then they should keep the headphone jack on that guy, because it was even though in the base, and if they have given the headphone jack, then it's gonna be a useful feature for a lot of people who are still into headphone jack. Pro and the Pro Plus guy, kind of say they were more focusing, but you know it looks a lot of similarities in each and every sector. So Pro and Pro Plus guy was having same things except the processors, and even the processors are from the MediaTek Dimensity. So yeah, it is they are capable of doing a lot of stuff. By the time I don't know anything about the camera test and turbo stuff, and I hadn't know how the phone looks like in the hand, but all the design and turbo stuff, it looks really nice. Even though I like the Pro guy really much because of the camera is really perfect, even the processor is really perfect. Dimensity 8000, 9000, it depends upon how you think about it, because both the processors are really good and capable of doing a lot of stuff. And I think both are really high-end processors, even though both are 5G, so don't talk about those sort of things. So yeah, you can choose between both of them, and they are really fun. And if you do a lot of stuff into your phone, such as gaming, photography, then you can grab the Pro Plus guy because of the processor and lot of stuff I'm talking that way. So yeah, this was the Honor 70 series. What do you think about smartphones? Let me know in the comment section down below. By the way, this was Captain DRS, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay safe, stay connected. You're watching KRS and DRS. Press the bell icon so you won't be missing any type of this videos. Peace out.